Today on BRStv Reef FAQs, we answer, what's the cheapest way to light a reef tank? Hey, I'm Ryan with BRStv Reef FAQs, a resource for quick, straight-to-the-point answers and realizing the dream reef tank. This week, we're talking about what's the cheapest way to light your reef tank. I'm gonna tell you right now, the cost of the LED module itself is likely not the most effective way to approach this. Anyone who's been reefing for more than a few years will tell you that the #1 way to save money in this hobby is not buy the same thing over and over. Avoiding constant replacement of failed equipment is one concern, but even more so, avoiding that never-ending chain of upgrades is probably the #1 way of reducing the cost. At my first tank, I went through 5 skimmers and 3 lighting options before I got the right one that produced the results that I wanted. In the end, I just wasted 3 times as much money to get to the same place. So related to that is buying something that works out of the box and produces the desired results is that #1 way of reducing the overall cost of buying anything for the reef tank. Now this might sound like I'm getting ready to suggest something super expensive and it achieves all of those goals, but I'm not. I'm talking about a 4-bulb Aquatic Life T5 LED hybrid fixture, which with T5s alone can light a 2-foot cube for as little as $320 and a 4-foot tank with bulbs for $390. In our BRStv Investigates episode on this light, we saw super even par numbers with T5s alone in the 100 to 150 range throughout the entire tank, which is great for a whole slew of tank types, including the most popular beginner to intermediate tanks of LPS, mushrooms, zoanthids, and easy to care for corals. However, as your tank desires grow and you want to try more challenging corals, this LED T5 hybrid fixture allows you to add all the benefits of LEDs anytime you want. Meaning as your budget or desires materialize, throw your favorite LED on the light and you now have the appropriate par for almost any coral type, super even coverage of T5s, shimmer, color intensity changes, and all the benefits of LEDs. Here's the kicker, you went from one of the cheapest options out there to one of the best options without ever having to rebuy a single thing, only complementary options as budget allows, that when combined produce one of the best solutions, going from good to great. When set up in a tank, I can use basically any light I want, and I almost always go T5 hybrid. The SPS tank in my office is the Aquatic Life T5 hybrid with the Kessel 360X, which is my favorite, but can use almost any popular LED. The BRS 160 is also a 4-lamp T5 LED hybrid. Most of the WWC display tanks are T5 LED hybrids, and when asked, most of the BRS customer service prefers T5 LED hybrids. This is just one of the most economic ways to produce a visually attractive, difficult to shadow, well-blended, even blanket of light. We do go LED only sometimes, like we did with the XXL 750, but open and honest, this costs 2 to 3 times as much and will not perform better in any meaningful manner, only provides more flexibility, no bulb changes, and arguably a cleaner look. So I'm sure you can find an option that might cost a few bucks less today than the Aquatic Life Hybrid. I don't think there are many options out there that are near upgrade proof and will cost a lot less over time, even with changing out the bulbs every 18 months or so. To me, the proof is in the data. We did that Investigates on the Aquatic Life fixture with all kinds of par and spectrum tests, coupled with everything from the near $200 AI Prime, Kessel A360, and Ecotech XR15. You can quickly see how almost any popular LED pairs with the T5 hybrid solution extremely well. If you're making decisions on your next steps, I would certainly check that out. And we also have a link to all of our best lighting videos down there. See you next Wednesday with another batch of BRStv Reef FAQs.